Imagine walking into a rainforest where orangutans swing through the trees, giant plants can trap animals, trees can grow taller than buildings, and scientists are still discovering new species. This isn't the Amazon, this is Kalimantan, a forest with thousands of tree species. The Borneo rainforest is home to the diversity of thousands of tree species, including dipterocarp and yellow Meranti trees that can reach heights of over 100 meters, making them among the tallest tropical trees in the world. Each of these giant trees functions as a mini ecosystem, serving as a habitat and food source for a variety of insects, fungi, birds, and mammals. Orangutans are the only great apes native to Asia. Borneo and Sumatra, only two places on Earth with wild populations, are boreal, spending most of their life high in the rainforest canopy searching for fruit. Solitary rather than living in large permanent groups, as fruit sources are widely scattered across the forest. Some researchers describe them as creatures perfectly adapted to life in the treetops. And when you realize how much of the rainforest exists above your head, you understand why. The forest has its own flying animals. Kalimantan's rainforest is filled with animals that seem to defy gravity. There are flying squirrels, flying frogs, flying snakes, flying lemurs, and flying foxes. Most of them don't actually fly like birds. They glide. Some animals use folds of skin between their limbs to turn themselves into living parachutes. Others can leap from one tree and glide surprisingly long distances through the canopy. For an animal living 30 or 40 meters above the ground, being able to glide from tree to tree can save enormous amounts of energy. Instead of climbing down, they simply jump. And the rainforest canopy becomes a three-dimensional highway. Carnivorous plant can have its own roommate. Kalimantan and the wider island of Borneo are famous for pitcher plants. These plants don't just look unusual. Some of them are carnivorous. Their pitcher-shaped leaves can trap insects inside a pool of digestive liquid. But one Bornean pitcher plant has an even stranger relationship. A tiny species of ant can actually live inside the plant. The ants help remove large prey and keep the plant's trap functioning properly. In return, the plant provides the ants with a place to live. It's not simply predator versus prey, it's a partnership. A flower that smells like a dead animal. Deep inside the forests of Borneo grows one of the world's strangest flowers, the Rafflesia. Some Rafflesia species produce enormous flowers, but their appearance isn't even the strangest part. They can produce a smell resembling rotting meat. Why would a flower want to smell disgusting? Because the smell attracts insects such as flies. The insects are tricked into visiting the flower and can help transport pollen. So while humans might run away from the smell, the rainforest is a giant vertical world. When most people imagine a rainforest, they picture the ground. But that's only one layer. Kalimantan's rainforest has multiple vertical zones. There's the forest floor, the understory, then the main canopy, and above that, towering emergent trees. Each layer can have its own temperature, humidity, light levels, food sources. An orangutan might spend much of its time in the canopy. A frog may live among leaves. Insects can spend their entire lives in the branches. Birds move between different levels, and some animals rarely need to touch the ground at all. So the rainforest isn't simply a forest. It's a skyscraper made of living trees. Some trees can live for centuries. Some of Borneo's giant trees are incredibly old. A Borneo ironwood, for example, can potentially live for hundreds of years. Imagine a tree standing in the same forest while generations of people are born, live, and disappear. That tree experiences storms, droughts, floods, animals nesting in its branches, seeds growing around its roots. And eventually, when it falls, it becomes part of another ecosystem. A dead tree isn't necessarily dead to the forest. It becomes shelter, food, fertilizer, and a home for countless organisms. In a rainforest, even death becomes part of the cycle of life. The rainforest can produce a fruit explosion. One of the most fascinating phenomena in Borneo's forests is called massed fruiting. Every few years, many trees can suddenly produce huge amounts of fruit and seeds around the same period. Imagine walking through the rainforest and suddenly finding enormous quantities of fruit everywhere. This creates a massive opportunity for wildlife. Monkeys, birds, bats, and other animals can take advantage of the temporary abundance. But there's a deeper strategy. When huge amounts of seeds appear at once, animals may not be able to eat all of them. That increases the chances that some seeds survive and grow into the next generation of trees. It's almost as if the forest has its own biological calendar. Kalimantan is home to species found nowhere else. Borneo is an evolutionary treasure chest. Many species found here are endemic, meaning they naturally occur nowhere else on Earth. That includes remarkable animals such as the Bornean orangutan, proboscis monkey, and Bornean pygmy elephant. The island's isolation has allowed evolution to create species with unusual adaptations. And this is why losing even a small part of the habitat can be so serious. If a species exists only in one forest, destroying that forest can mean destroying its entire natural home. And scientists still don't know everything hidden inside these forests. There could be species we haven't even properly documented yet. Which brings us to our final fact. Kalimantan's rainforest is more than just a collection of trees. It's a living network. Please like and subscribe and help me with this channel. Thanks for watching.